Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for dropping into another video. My name is Josh and I am just your average Joe day trader. Hey guys, it is Sunday night. It is just about 10 o'clock. Market's been open for about 2 hours on the S&P 500, some of the different indexes, and a lot of the 24-hour stocks because we're back open for the week. But no, a couple things about this week coming up. One, it's going to be a very short week. We're only going to get about 3.5 days of trading. The market closes early on July 3rd at 1 p.m. and then it stays closed through the 4th of July holiday all the way through the weekend. So by the time it closes at 1 p.m. on Thursday, it will not reopen until Sunday night again at 8 p.m. So just a heads up to that. We also have on Tuesday at 9:30 in the morning, Fed Chair Jerome Powell is going to be speaking. You guys have heard me talk about him before. If you're not new to the channel, you know that I do not like Jerome Powell. He's not somebody that I enjoy listening to. And every time he gets up in front of the podium, he tends to cause the stock market to drop hard. So be careful, be cautious on Tuesday. And that is Tuesday morning, right at market open. So who knows what that's going to look like, but just be careful. The other thing is that right now, as we've opened up the S&P 500, and in a minute or two, we're going to run into the charts. But basically, what I was looking for the market opening up at 8 o'clock tonight was I was looking to see if there was going to be some sort of a gap up. Gap up is good news because there's been, not too much negative news this weekend. There's been a lot of really weird news this weekend. Obviously, we're still talking about Iran. We're still talking about whether we were successful or not, depending on which political party you're at, where you're either wildly successful or a wild failure. Who really even understands or knows to care about that? Politics drives the market sometimes, but it doesn't drive me as a day trader. It shouldn't drive you as a day trader because you can still make money in a market where politics is going crazy. I've also this weekend was watching some news broadcasts and they were talking about how the Democratic Party believes that this is actually some sort of an alternate world thing going on, that President Trump didn't actually win the election. Kamala Harris actually won the election. And there's this large group of individuals, and I don't know if they're liberal, Democrat, Republican. I have no idea what the true political affiliation is, but the Democrats are talking about this as potentially something that's real. I don't quite understand that, but I am pretty sure that Kamala Harris is not president in any universe right now. So I don't know. But anyway, be careful because who knows what that could lead to in all of this news chaos. The other thing is, we're still figuring out what happened with Canada last week with the trades and the trade war, and then putting a tax on digital media, digital products, things that are purchased that way. And I think Uber was part of that. I don't know, very strange. But we're sort of ending discussions with, when I say we, the United States, with Canada, so about the trade stuff. So we're figuring all that out. Still waiting on China. There was some good news about the president making some decisions to aid and help the people of Congo. That's huge. That was good news. We're doing a lot of good things, obviously, but there's a lot of crazy things going out there as well. And it's affecting the stock market. So you got to be careful. So I was hoping, based on what we knew was happening this weekend, that we were either going to see a gap up or a gap down in our S&P 500. And sure enough, we did see a gap up. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right into the charts. I'm going to show you that, the S&P 500. I'm also going to give you guys the new list. Okay, I've been trending and working through the last about week and a half, a new list of best day trade stocks. We've got our best high volatility stocks, best high dollar movement stocks, and then the best mid-price stocks. And I'm going to go through all those. And then I have my usual top day trade stocks that I'm in just about every single day. But you have to decide which ones work for you. My goal is that within a couple days, we continue to make videos and show you, hey, look at the performance of these stocks, guys. This is why they're on the list for the best day trade stocks, the top stocks, according to an average Joe like myself. So hopefully that continues. But let's jump right into this. So first and foremost, guys, here's the S&P 500. You can see that on Friday, we were having a really good run up as far as the market goes. And then mid-afternoon, just after lunch, 12:30, we got that engulfing candle and the market just continued to drop down. And not until about 3:15 did the market, based on some good news, some positive news, because this was all fluctuating based on emotions of news, media, things going on, but it ran back up. So we closed pretty well high at 4 o'clock at a high of $615 or 6,151 points. And then through the post market, it continued to drop down. So was not excited to see that, because going into obviously the weekend and not knowing what's going to happen when the market opened, hope for a gap up to bring us back to where we're working on these all-time highs on the S&P 500. And sure enough, you can see when the market opened tonight at 8 o'clock, okay, it opened right here, 8 o'clock at $613, and immediately within that first 15-minute candle jumped up to a high of $616.44. And right now it's just sort of up and down, horizontally through the post. We're going to call this post, even though it's the pre-market for tomorrow. This would normally be the post market from the day. So it's the nighttime market. And we'll see how it runs 24 hours. We're in the 24-hour clock. And we'll see what happens when we get to the 4 a.m. and it starts to run the pre-market, and then that opening candle at 9:30 in the morning. But let's get right into what you guys want to talk about. Number one, let's just look real quick at the average Joe day trade stocks. There's pretty much, if you notice here, many of them are running green right now, which is good in the aftermarket, we're calling it. Here's Serve Robotics. You can see we had a nice run up Friday, and then the post market, it kind of ran down and continued that way. This is not a 24-hour stocks, but I love Serve Robotics, and I am interested to see what it's going to do in the morning. Ford's sitting at $10.80. This is a 24-hour stock, so you can see when the market opened tonight at 8 o'clock, huge jump up, really nice open 1077, high of 1086, and it's sitting at about 1084 right now. So that's pretty nice. We'll see what it continues to do through the night. GTX, look at this, some abandoned babies up here, but sitting at 1060. So we'll see if this continues or if it drops down. APLD, okay, you guys, this one definitely is 24-hour stock. I'm watching this consistently. It's sitting at $10.45 to $10.50 in this candle. So we'll see what happens. For whatever reason, it doesn't update up here, which is kind of weird. But it is running up from where it closed at 1038. SoundHound is also a 24-hour stock, sitting at about $9.94 right now, up from the close. IAG, which is gold, okay, is not a 24-hour stock. We'll see what that does, because it's not as volatile and has some good runs. CX Cemex, which is the cement company, is 24 hours, and right now it's sitting here at about $6.75. BBAI, guys, I talked about it last week. There's some huge stuff going on with BBAI. I got in and got out, made money as a day trade on it. I do want it as long hold. Look at all the activity right before the market close. This is not a 24-hour, so I'll be very interested to see where it opens tomorrow morning. Keep an eye on it. Grab had a beautiful run up through Friday, and now is sitting horizontal. We'll see. Not a 24-hour, but sitting at $4.92. Actually, the aftermarket put it at $4.93. SLDB, $4.82 right now. We'll see what SLDB does. That one's had some good performance. And I added back in here, I know that several of my subscribers trade this one with me. Wolf, WULF, TeraWulf. It's sitting at 421 right now. This one's a good day trader, guys. I put it back on this list because it is a good day trader. It's got a lot of good movement in it that gives you some opportunity to get in and get out. Just make sure you're looking at support and resistance. All right, for the updated new best day trade stocks to take a look at, okay? Oklo, OKLO. Look at this, guys. Okay, Friday had some crazy stuff in the pre-market Friday, and then it sort of did this up and down. Friday morning, drop back down, back up, then all the way down. Now it's sort of in a horizontal pattern. When the market opened up tonight, though, look, it jumped back up, but it's coming back down. So keep an eye on it. Oklo. SMR is another one to keep your eye on. It's at $38.01 right now from a $38.20 close, so it is down. QUBT. Guys, I like QUBT. This has been a very good one to trend. and track. It's got some really good movement. And look at that Friday. I mean, it blasted, and then it if you stayed in it, you gave it all back. But then it answered the call in good news and came back. So we'll see what QUBT does. Take a look at it. QBTS, D-Wave Quantum, another one. Most of these quantum and AI and tech sector stocks are doing very well. And there was understanding last week that President Trump actually was planning on signing an executive order that's going to give some freedoms to AI technology and the companies that deal with data centers, chips, AI. So we'll see. That may blow the market up. We'll see what happens. But QBTS, Pony, Pony, did not have a very good at all Friday. I think I already talked about this, but it's on a bit of a slow run back up. We'll see what it does. It's up about 11 cents per share since the closed on Friday to 1366. APLD we already talked about. TMC, also another one to keep your eye on. And I added this one to the list. NVTS, guys, this one usually trades anywhere from the low $6 to high, mid sevens. My brother-in-law trades this one just about every day. He always makes money. He always tells me I'm missing out on it. So I've been watching it, and it does have some nice pattern to it. Different. That's the 15-minute. If you look at the 5-minute, you can kind of see, it's got a lot of opportunities for ups, but when it goes down, another, up. And now there may be a great opportunity to buy it because while everything gapped up, this gapped down. And I like to gap down sometimes, guys, because I'm not in it and I want to buy it as low as I can. So it closes 667, sitting at about 650 right now. We'll see what it does in the 4 a.m. pre-market and go from there. The mid-priced, best average day trade stock, mid-priced, Ioniq, IONQ. Okay, having a nice run up, gapped up with the S&P 500, continues on an upward trend. Right now, it's sitting at $40. Where are we? $40.68. Closed at $40.25. So we'll see what that does. Rocket Labs, I did add to the list, guys, and look at this beautiful launch. It's pricey, right? I remember Rocket Labs, man, when it was back in the day. Let me go. When I was trading this a long time ago, I remember it just being so cheap. I mean, look, $14.71, and even all down here, $10, $5, man, $4, $3, okay? Now, people are probably thinking, well, you're crazy for wanting to trade this one where it sits now. But there's supposedly some really good stuff coming with it. So again, not financial advice, just sharing with you what I'm looking at, how I'm looking at it. So be careful. Carnival's doing really well. It had a beautiful Friday. If you got in and you didn't sell out here, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you missed it and you waited and it dropped and went back up, it still met the high. And now it's kind of continued horizontally and it's doing really well. It's sitting at 27.28. So about where it closed, but we'll see what happens. Intel Corporation, INTC. A lot of people talking about this. Thought it was dead, thought it was down. We'll see what happens with it. And then lastly, the average Joe day trade high dollar movers. Okay, Tesla. Look at that. Nice, kind of a retest. Back down and up for Tesla. Ran horizontal through the post market. It's open right now, guys. And it's sitting up here, 325.56. Closed at 323. Was at 322.71 before the market opened. NVIDIA is doing the same thing. Look at this beautiful launch for NVIDIA. AMD, also nice jump up for AMD. This is why I'm telling you, unless something happens through the night in the morning and causes the market to drop, if there's a lot of sell orders that won't be processed till 9:30 from a lot of the hedge funds and different, stock market managers, things, then I think we're going to have a really nice green day tomorrow, but I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Palantir is one everybody's talking about. And I'll be honest with you, tomorrow I'm probably going to take a position in Palantir, me personally, because Palantir is one of the stocks that it doesn't get killed by all the stuff that's going on in the market with the news and all that. It's defense driven. And there's a lot going on with defense right now. And Palantir sitting at, it closed at 130.74. It's sitting at 134.47 in the pre-post market. And right now it's at 136.25. So it's continuing back on its uptrend. I'm probably at 4 a.m. I'm going to see what's going on with it in the morning and then make a decision on whether I'm getting back into it. Not as a day trade. This is a long-term hold, and that's how you should be looking at this one. Hood, Robinhood, look at that. Crazy, crazy Robinhood, same jump. And then SMCI also jumped all the way up there, right? And then gave it all back. It was opened up at about $47.57, launched all the way to $49.06, and then it came all the way back down, sitting at about $48.23. It's running now, sitting at $48.37. So we'll see what happens with SMCI. A couple other ones just to think about. All right, I shared with you last week, SRFM, Surf Air Mobility. Surf Air Mobility is doing some stuff with Palantir. So just keep your eye on that one and go look. I think it's my Thursday video. I talked about it last week. And the other one that's been sort of the sleeping dog that everyone's just starting to talk about again is Apple. Just saying Apple is at, a very low, and it has some breathing room, and potentially this one's going to run. A lot of people talking about Apple. And if you kind of look, right, 163.09, but just as a high point over here, December 26, 2024, last year, it was at $259.47. So it's been kind of working its way back down. But a lot of people are saying that, this is somewhat on an uptrend, depending on how you look at this. So we'll see. Anyway, listen, guys, if you hadn't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Very excited to see what the market does for us tomorrow. Guys, don't take any of this as financial advice. This is just me sharing with you what I'm doing and telling you what the best day trade stocks are that I'm looking at, that I'm trending, I'm tracking for me to get in and out and make as much money as I can as a day trader. Guys, have a good night. See you tomorrow. Peace out.